Now we take our fourth colligative property, that is osmotic pressure. For that we should understand some important terms. So first of all we should know about the semi-permeable membrane. Semi means half, permeable means which permit or allow. So this type of membrane only allow or permit some of the particles to pass through it. Suppose we have this semi-permeable membrane. You can see this semi-permeable membrane having holes present in this semi-permeable membrane. We have two type of particle in it. Suppose we have two type of particles are there. One is smaller and another one is bigger particle. So these smaller particles which having size smaller than the holes present in this can pass through it. And these are the another type of particles which having the size bigger than the holes present in the semi-permeable membrane will not be able to pass through it. So only these smaller particles can pass through the semi-permeable membrane, but these bigger particles will not be able to pass through it. So this is what are semi-permeable membrane, which permit only smaller particles to pass through it. Now, as we know, our solution formed by the solute and solvent. When we mix solute with the solvent, then a solution will form. And the solute particles are bigger in size and the solvent particles are smaller in size. So, the semi-permeable membrane will permit only the solvent particle because they are smaller in size. So, only the solvent particles can pass through this semi-permeable membrane. Okay, now to understand osmotic pressure, we have to take a container and we have fixed a semi-permeable membrane in the center. So this is in the center, we have semi-permeable membrane, which is what? Porous. Porous means hole. Holes are present. Small holes are present in this semi-permeable membrane. Now we have divided this container into two parts with the help of semi-permeable membrane. And in one part we have to take solvent or the pure water. And in the second part we have to take seawater or the solution. Solution, why we are calling it solution? Because in the water we have salt as a solute. So this side we have taken solvent and this side we have taken water plus NaCl, that is what? Salt. As we can say, the concentration of the solvent or the pure water is more this side and less this side. And you can see this side the water particles are more, this side. So this is suppose part 1 and this is part 2. So in the part 1 the water particles or the solvent particles are more. So higher concentration of solvent is present in this side 1. And in the another side we have taken seawater. So the lower concentration of solvent means water is less in this side. So the lower concentration of solvent is present second side. Okay. Now as we know that the solvent particles are smaller in size, so these solvent particles can pass through it. These solvent particles can pass through the semi-permeable membrane. And as we know, the substances can move from their higher concentration to the lower concentration naturally. So with the help of semi-permeable membrane, water will start move or flow from this side to this side. So how the water will move from this side to this side, because this side higher concentration of water is there and this side lower concentration of water is there. Now this process or this phenomenon of flowing the water from its higher concentration to the lower concentration by the means of semi-permeable membrane is known as osmosis. So we can see the definition of the osmosis. When solvent flow from its higher concentration, this side, from this side, higher concentration to the lower concentration, this side, by the means of semi-permeable membrane. Here, the semi-permeable membrane we are showing by SPM, the short form. So, semi-permeable membrane, naturally, this process take place naturally, is called osmosis. Now, you must know about the diffusion. Diffusion is also like this. In the diffusion, the substances flows from their higher concentration to the lower concentration. But now what is the difference between the diffusion and osmosis? In the diffusion, we do not use this type of semi-permeable membrane. This type of semi-permeable membrane is not used in the diffusion. But here in the osmosis, semi-permeable membrane is used. So, the solvent particles flow from their higher concentration to the lower concentration by the means of SPM, semi-permeable membrane, naturally, then it is known as osmosis. Now, if the water molecules are flowing from this side to this side, definitely the water level will decrease. Suppose earlier it was that was the water level. But now as the water has flown from this side to this side, so the level of the water decreased this side in the part 1, and in the part 2 the water particles have increased, the level of the water has increased. Now the water is moving from their pure side to the impure side. Means now water is moving from pure water to the impure. This side impure water is there. Means because salt is present, solute is present now. So that's why the water is moving from pure side to impure side. So the water level is increasing from increasing this side. Now what we have to do to stop this osmosis process? We have to apply a pressure this side. We have to apply a pressure this side. If we apply the pressure this side, then the flow of water from this side to this side will stop. So this pressure which we apply to stop the process of osmosis. Now the water molecule will not flow from this side to this side. So this pressure is known as osmotic pressure. Now the osmotic pressure, that applied pressure means this applied pressure which we are applying from solution side. So that applied pressure, so that osmosis process stop. How much pressure we have to apply? We have to apply that much pressure so that the osmosis process will stop. Okay, osmosis process should stop. So and osmotic pressure is represented by the pi. So if we are applying the pressure P and this pressure become equal to the osmotic pressure, then the process of osmosis will stop. Clear? This process was the osmosis process was going on. The water molecules were flowing from this side to this side. But now we want to stop this process of osmosis or this flow of water from this side to this side. So we have to apply a pressure. When we apply the pressure, the water molecule will not flow from this side to this side. So this osmosis process gets stopped. So this is what this applied pressure then become equal to this pressure, osmotic pressure, then it is known as osmotic pressure. And osmosis process will stop at this condition. Okay, now reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis means opposite of osmosis. So as we know, in the osmosis process, the water was flowing from pure side to impure side. But now we want the water again should flow or it should flow back from impure to pure. Now what we have to do for this? We have to carry out a process that is known as reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is also known as RO. RO, as you all have seen at your home. RO water filter. In the water filter what we are doing? We are supplying impure water and we are getting pure water. So in the reverse osmosis, what we have to do to get the pure water from the impure water? Now what we have to do? We have to apply pressure. And how much pressure we have to apply? We have to apply pressure more than osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure we were applying to stop the process of osmosis. But now if we apply the pressure more than this osmotic pressure, then what will happen? The water from this side, impure side, will start flowing this side, pure side. If we are applying more pressure than the osmotic pressure, then the water from impure side will flow to the pure side. Water will come this side. Okay, flow this side. So, what is reverse osmosis? When applied pressure is greater than osmotic pressure, then the solvent flows from lower concentration to the higher concentration. Means reverse osmosis. In the osmosis, the water was flowing from first part to second part, purity to impurity. But now in the reverse osmosis, the water is flowing from impurity to purity, second to first. So that's why we are calling it reverse osmosis, and for that we have to apply more pressure, more than the osmotic pressure. So then solvent particle flows from the lower concentration to the higher concentration, and this is known as RO, reverse osmosis. Now, as you know the ideal gas equation, what is the ideal gas equation? PV equals to nRT. Okay. So P is what? P is what? This is the pressure for the gas. But now we have taken here diluted solution. For the diluted solution, we can take the pressure as a osmotic pressure. So instead of P, what we have to write? Osmotic pressure. So pi V equals to nRT. V we take this side in the denominator. Pi equals to N by V RT. N by V. What is N by V? The number of moles upon volume of solution in liter. So what was that? Number of moles of solute upon volume of solution in liter is known as molarity. And what is molarity? This is the concentration term. So instead of N by V, we can write M or the C. These are what? Concentration terms. So what we can write here? Pi equals to CRT. C is the molar concentration, R is the universal gas constant, and T is the temperature. So pi equals to CRT. Pi is the osmotic pressure. So T is the temperature, R is the universal gas constant. So in this way, we can find out the osmotic pressure.